This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, May 6, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. 3 subsidiaries of Elkhart-based recreational vehicle manufacturer Thor Industries are planning to lay off approximately 450 people at various locations in Elkhart and LaGrange counties. According to multiple filings with the state, the layoffs will impact workers at facilities in Howe, Elkhart, and Middlebury on June 20th. The worker adjustment and retraining notification notices dated April 21st were filed by Heartland Recreational Vehicles, Cruiser RV, and DRV. Heartland RV said 147 workers will be laid off from 6 facilities in Elkhart and 1 in Middlebury. Cruiser RV and DRV are set to lay off 251 workers and 51 workers, respectively, from their facilities in Howe. The companies did not provide a reason for the layoffs. Ball State University will celebrate a milestone in the construction of a key portion of its multi-million-dollar village revitalization project this afternoon. University officials will host a beam signing ceremony for the new $21.3 million Center for Innovation and Collaboration. Set to open in the fall of 2026, the 31,000-square-foot building is being designed for faculty, staff, and students to work with community and corporate partners to solve real-world problems and to explore new collaborative opportunities. Trine University in Angola has hired a coach with a history of NCAA Division III tournament success to head its men's basketball program. John Vanderwall, who compiled a 341 and 150 record at Marietta College in Ohio, succeeds Brooks Miller, who in April was named associate head coach at Central Michigan University. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready for full throttle coverage as we shift into high gear for Business at the Brickyard, presented by LiUNA with support from the City of Westfield and Daniel's Family Vineyard and Winery. We're giving you the inside track on the powerful connection between motorsports and the Indiana economy. Join us at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and the stories that drive the business of motorsports. So buckle up and join us for Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard coverage all month long.
The superintendent of Indianapolis Public Schools says Indiana's controversial property tax changes will not affect the district's operations in the next academic year, but there will be a big impact in the future.
Alicia Johnson said Friday that after the 2025-26 school year, the property tax changes will mean, quote, giant cuts to the district's budget and require gut-wrenching decisions. Senate Bill 1, which state lawmakers passed last month, not only reduces the amount IPS will receive in property taxes beginning in 2026, but also requires the district to share that revenue with charters in 2028. Lawmakers also created a new Indianapolis Local Education Alliance, which will examine the sharing of transportation and building resources between the district and the roughly 50 brick-and-mortar K-12 charter schools within its borders. IPS will bring in roughly $5 million less in property taxes in 2026 than it would have under the previous law, roughly $4 million less in 2027, and roughly $5 million less in 2028, according to the latest fiscal analysis. The district previously estimated that Senate Bill 1 would make IPS lose as much as $96 million over the next 7 years. Johnson said Senate Bill 1 creates, quote, a win-lose framework, end quote, that incentivizes competition between schools over an even smaller pot of funds. She said the district will vigorously pursue savings and cost reduction chances, but will do so while keeping stability for students and families at the forefront. I'm Mark Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Evansville-based sporting goods and recreational equipment manufacturer Escalade is reporting first quarter net income of $2.6 million, up from $1.8 million during the same period last year. Board Chairman Walt Glazer said the results are indicative of the company's operational discipline initiatives, even in times of softening consumer demand. CEO Armin Bohm said the company's strategic focus remains centered on operational excellence, prudent capital deployment, and product innovation, even in a time of heightened economic uncertainty. Bohm said the company began to see the early effects of new tariffs on shipments of imported goods late in the first quarter and is evaluating all available options to mitigate the effect of the additional tariffs and potential supply chain disruptions. 500 Festival CEO Bob Bryant is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Get ready for full throttle coverage as we shift into high gear for Business at the Brickyard, presented by LaYuna with support from the City of Westfield and Daniel's Family Vineyard and Winery. We're giving you the inside track on the powerful connection between motorsports and the Indiana economy. Join us at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and the stories that drive the business of motorsports. So buckle up and join us for Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard coverage all month long.